Welcome back to the Pagan Hearth community. Last week we spoke of the fire month, the spark that catches in the dry wood of early spring. But fire cannot exist without its ancient opposite. Every tradition we inherit preserves this memory. Before there was a hearth, before there was fire, there was water. Not as a metaphor, not as a visual symbol, but as a physical and spiritual reality. If you go outside right now, the most profound change isn't just the temperature. It's the sound. It's the sound of dripping eaves, the rush of swollen creeks, and the squelch of the muddy earth. In our modern plumbed world, we treat water as a utility, something that comes out of the tap for a monthly fee. But in the cosmology of our ancestors, water was the first architect. Before the gods fashioned the world, there was the abyss, the ice, and the well. Tonight, we move beyond a mere appreciation of nature into the deep theology of sacred waters, not as a resource, but as a living, sovereign divinity. Let's look at how the world began in the minds of our ancestors. Many of the cultures that our ancestors belonged to did not agree on everything, but on the primacy of water, they were consistent. In the North, in the Norse tradition, they spoke of Ginnungagap, the great gap. Creation doesn't start with a bang. It starts with the meeting. You have Muspelheim, the realm of fire, and Niflheim, the realm of mist and ice. When the heat hit the frost, it didn't just evaporate. It became the ebb streams, the Eliwagash. Out of that life-giving meltwater, the first being Ymir was formed. In the south, in the Greek tradition, before Zeus or even the Titans, there was Okeanos, not just a god of the sea, but the unbound river that encircled the entire world. To the ancients, water wasn't just a part of the earth. It was the foundation beneath it. In the Celtic West, sacred wells appear again and again. Think about the different wells of our mythologies. The Cludy well, the well of Madrone, Brigid's well. These aren't just holes in the ground. They are the source of wisdom and healing and inspiration. These are all different stories, but they contain the same truth. Water is not just a part of the world. It is the very foundation the world emerges from. It's the medium that holds what the Norse called Urlug, the layers of everything that has ever happened, and what other traditions understood as binding fate. When you look at a river in spring, you aren't just looking at H2O. You are looking at the physical memory of time, the literal flow of cause and effect. We need to reclaim the language of animism. When we speak of water, we aren't just talking about a natural resource. We are talking about a real presence. A river isn't just pretty scenery. It's a person. Not in the human sense, but as an individual entity. Water is the only substance on Earth that can naturally exist in all three states of matter at once: solid ice, liquid flow, and invisible vapor. Because of this, our ancestors saw it as the ultimate liminal space. As a liquid, it takes three forms: the river, the well, and the sea. A river is not just moving water. It has a source, a path, and a destination. It has intention. As it moves, it shapes the land, and in time, the land shapes it in return. The Romans recognized this with Tibernus Pater, Father Tiber. The Celts saw it as Danu and Bone. These were goddesses of sovereignty. Stand by a river and it becomes clear. It is not just motion, but a sovereign presence with a will of its own. To control the river was to control the life of the land itself. Wells are different. A well does not move. It waits. It gathers what is hidden beneath the surface and offers it only to those who approach it directly. Why do we throw coins into wells today? Most people think it's for luck. That's a shallow modern distortion. In history, those were sacrificial offerings to the spirit of the place. You were paying a toll to the gatekeeper of the deep. And then there is the sea, the place where all waters return. It wasn't just a place to fish. It was the other world made visible. The sea does not ask permission. It does not yield. It is vast, consuming, and alive in a way that is impossible to ignore. When you stand on the shore, you are standing at the edge of the known universe, looking into the eyes of a God who does not care about your tax returns or your social status. Rivers move, wells gather, and the sea receives. These are the ways the world speaks to us. We don't just study mythology to be well read. We study it to change how we live in the world those stories describe. Different cultures told this story in different languages, but the pattern is the same. Different stories, same truth. If fire teaches us how to act, then water teaches us how to listen. Most people today spend their lives moving against the current. They force decisions, they rush the timing of their lives, and they resist what is already in motion. Water does none of this. It yields when it must. It persists when it can. And over time, it reshapes everything in its path, even the hardest stone. Your tasks this week are about witnessing the flow. First is the silent visit. Find a local source of wild water, a spring, a creek, or a well. Don't go there to pray for something. Don't go to take a photo. Go there to listen. Sit for 10 minutes. Acknowledge the water as a sovereign entity. If you feel led, leave an offering of something biodegradable, or a simple libation of clean water back to its source. This is not symbolic. This is how our ancestors understood reality. Then we'll stop for memory. Before you drink your first glass of water in the morning, pause. Realize that the water in your hand has existed since the dawn of time. It has been through the clouds, the earth, and the bodies of your ancestors. Acknowledge it as the ebb and flow, the stream of your own life. Next, consider the barrier. Rivers flow around obstacles. Where are you trying to force your way through a stone wall in your life? Where are you standing still when the current is clearly pulling you forward? Water does not hesitate. It moves. This week, try to find a path around the obstacles that stand in the way of what you are trying to build. Don't break the stone. Flow around it. Find the path of least resistance that still leads to your goal. As you move through this week, pay attention to water. Not as a background noise, but as living presence. Listen to it. Stand near it. Watch how it moves and what it reflects back to you. The ice is breaking. The wells are filling. The ancient gods of the deep are stirring from their winter silence. The old ways did not disappear. They went quiet. And now they are returning. May you find the clarity of the mountain spring. May you find the depth of the great sea. And may the sacred waters wash away the dust of the past, leaving you clear and ready for the fire to come. Go forward. Move when it is time to move. Be still when it is time to be still. And honor the waters, because they remember more than you do. We are the pagan hearth. Keep the fire lit and the waters flowing. Good night.